Hello, everybody. This is my daughter. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I'm back. Let me see. Let me share this one to the group. So I can do that. Okay, let's see if this is straight because my phone is not. Let's see if I can get a straight. Kind of. Welcome, everybody. Nope, it's worse. Okay, let me just set it up. Maybe this way it's a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So for those of you that, hello Kay, welcome. Welcome Deb, welcome back. Okay, so this is my online card class attached to my bingo event. So I am going to show the bingo everybody how to put together the sample of the projects that everybody has received supplies for. So I am going to try to have a better what you may call it. There, probably you see a little bit better now, because it seems that every time I change something and it's not clear the way I want it. Okay, ladies, if you're popping on, make sure that you say hi so I know. But for everybody else, this is Monica Ghiberti with Stamping with Monica, and this is my cards and bingo demonstration. I based my designs, my class, on the Hey Birthday Chick right here. And I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, we're gonna go one by one. For those of you that have the supplies, I will send out the tutorial that is part of your class that you will receive. And so let's start. Okay, so let me go ahead and start. I've done a little bit of the work ahead of time, so you don't have to sit and watch me do all the little things. Let me grab a chair. You should see the mess. And I couldn't find a set of dies. So fun. So hopefully, okay. So the first card that I'm going to show you is this. It's a fun fold, simple and easy, right here. Okay. So everybody has received a fourth of a pack of the Oso Ombre paper, a full bolt of the linen, not the linen, the baker. Oh, the snail mail, what you may call it, right here, because I need this. The snail mail twine combo pack and a half a pack of the pearls. Okay, and I need those with me. And I need all of this stuff with me. Okay, so let me just show you how to put this card together. It's simple and easy, quick and easy. Okay, we have all the bits and pieces that I've done, and I also use the dies, and the dies are the Hey Birthday Chick. It's Birthday Chick dies, and I've used some of those, and I think I used, yes, all of these, I think. Did I use anything else? No, I don't think so. But anyways, so here we go. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to stamp on this basic white that I cut out with the stitched rectangle dies. And I'm going to use my Memento ink pad. That is one of the two inks that I'm using. So it is Memento ink and Bermuda Bay with a bunch of stamping blends, and is the pumpkin pie combo, daffodil delight combo, Ria red combo. This is the granny apple green combo, as well as the Bermuda Bay combo colors. And I'm using the Blackberry Bliss. This is for all the designs. Okay, and then I'm using Pool Party, and Crumb Cake. So these are all the colors that we used in the throughout the projects. Okay, so in case you need to know, this is that. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my image onto the basic white that I just cut out in Memento ink. Okay, simple and easy. Now, if you do not, for those of you that took the class, if you do not have the Hey Birthday Chick, on this piece you can stamp whatever. A nice alternative could be the donkey set that we had during celebration. That will be fun to put it in here. It will fit nicely. And so without making, this is gonna go down here. Okay, and quickly we're going to color it. Not the best stamping that I did, but it will work. You get the gist. So I'm gonna do this right here, coloring, and this one we don't have to do anything else but coloring. And I'm gonna do this to put it together, and then I'm gonna use the Rich Raspberry, no, this is the Blackberry Bliss. This is the light of the two. Okay, and then I'm using my dark crumb cake. Is that what I used? Let me see. Let me see on a scrap of paper that I had right here. Did I use? Nope, I used the light. I'm gonna go with the light to start with. Then you can always add, right? So I'm gonna do the edges right here. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do my there. So coloring, quick and easy. A few there. Okay. And voila. There's nothing too complicated about coloring with blends. If you don't have these blends, you can use your watercolor pencils, you can use your markers, you can use your blender pens. They're different from the blends, and use your ink pads. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you might have some of these colors in the ink spot, so you might find them over there. Okay, then instead of coloring this, I wanted to give it a little bit of a dimension. I took I stamped the balloon on the designer series paper that you have plenty of, and then I'm gonna attach it with dimensionals that of course I can find, oh, right here inside my basket. And I'm gonna put a dimensional right back here. Okay, this is gonna go like so. It's very simple. And then in the here I'm going to poke out, you have this piece that I die cut it from the dies. This is gonna go like there, right so. Okay, and I'm using the liquid multi-purpose liquid glue. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of it in the back, not too much. Maybe this is empty. Yeah, this needs to be trashed right there, and I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so make sure that you say hi if you're watching, so I know that some, if you, then you can always watch the replay for this one. So as you can see, I didn't put too much, just a little bit of a layer there because I wanted to be able to stick. And this is gonna go underneath like so. Okay, nothing major about that. And let me just assemble, tell you what I did. Actually, there's a little bit more of stamping. So this is this part, as you can see there. Then I am going to take this little piece of Bermuda Bay that I cut, and that is that. I think this is the one. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna take my Bermuda Bay ink and the image that has the sprinkles. I had a block right here. Okay. And I'm going to stamp, hello, Amy, and I'm going to stamp on the edges. So this is gonna go like so, okay? So I'm gonna stamp on the edges right here, just to give it. If you don't have this, you can stamp with whatever, or just leave it blank. It doesn't really matter, okay? Just wanted to give it a little bit of extra touch. Now, I'm going to take your your linen, it's snail mail twine. You're going to take this, you're going to wrap it around twice. You're going to tie a first halfway knot, okay? And then, because you can see this is a double knot, and so if you want to do it like mine, you're gonna take this, and then we're gonna cut it like so. Then we're gonna cut another length. It doesn't really matter if it is the same or not. And okay, so now you can decide, you can take this, and I did run it underneath. I think I did so. Basically, I'm tying my bow with the 2 strings. Okay, if you don't want to do this, just tie a regular bow. But I wanted to have 2 bows, a double bow, okay? And so this is gonna go on this side, like so. Voila, this is done. And then we're gonna trim everything. Now, let's set it aside for now. Let's work on this panel. So you have these supplies, okay? I did not cut the designer series paper for you, okay? Because otherwise I would have cut all the bits and pieces and open the stuff. But, so imagine this is what you have in your packet. This and this inside, okay? I showed you what to do with that. So then you have 2 pieces of basic white, and the way I put this together, you should have this already lined up, okay? So this should be the perfect one. Let me see. No, this is the one, okay? This is already lined up, okay? You will see that one will fit here best, and that's the one that you're gonna use, and this will be for the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna work on this white. So you will cut from out of your designer series paper, you will have 3 sheets of each of these patterns right here, okay? And I used these 2 because when you reverse it, you will do that. So each strip is, this is the same, okay? This is the same in there. And I will write the measurements, but this is 1 inch by 3 3/4, and it will fit exactly on your paper that I cut, okay? But in the tutorial, you will have this. So what you will have to do, you place it down, kind of putting it down the way you want, okay? And then I did this. And then I went with this. So the bottom border is a little bit wider right here, and the 2 borders over there. So this is gonna come down. So this is kind of a 1/4 of an inch right there. Or you can put them all together in the middle. So you can do whichever way you would like. You can even do it this way. And actually, so this is an option that might be easier. So the way you're gonna do it is just place bottom and the top at the same distance, okay? And off it goes. But in my case, I'm gonna do the same way as I did in my sample. So I'm going to take liquid glue because I like it better, and I'm gonna put this liquid glue so I can play with it. And if you have the grit paper, you might want to use the grit paper to help you put it down straight, okay, if you have it. Okay, one over there. Then I'm gonna flip this one. As I said, if you wanted to do it my way, so the way I did it with my sample, this is how we're gonna do it. If not, you can just glue it the way you would like. So I'm using this, and I'm using this as my guide over there, kind of. Okay, put it down straight. Yes, I like it. And that is that. There. And now I'm just positioning. This one is gonna go like so, and this one is gonna go like so. How did I do it? Yes. So basically this is it. Okay, let me put this one down. So it can be complicated or not, and it's not. It's never complicated when it's about stamping. Always a way to be creative, right? And then this one is gonna go on. Your cards are beautiful. Watching, listening while I made them. Oh, good. Thank you, thank you, Erin. Okay, then this one is still a little bit wet, so it will allow me to move it. And if it's not perfect, it doesn't really matter. It is just a background, okay? And then once you have cut it, then you look to the other side and you trim it, okay? If it needs to. Simple and easy. If you don't want any edges, right there. Okay, and now I'm taking dimensionals because I want the extra dimension. 4 of these, and you have a sheet in your packet, so use them at your discretion, but I'm using it because it gives them, I like it. It gives them a little bit of an extra touch. So that is that, okay? Then I have this. This is gonna go up here, and I'm using, I did flat in this case, but you can use dimensionals, and yeah. No, because I used dimensionals on this one, so we're gonna do flat, and I'm using my liquid glue, okay? Just making sure that everything is in the picture, because you know me. And this is gonna go kind of center, top and bottom, and off you go. Okay? You can use dimensionals if you want. You don't have to do as I did. And voila. Like so. Then this little fella needs dimensionals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we're gonna just put it on. Let me see, I might need to slide this one a little bit if I can manage. Yeah. Otherwise it's gonna go kind of to the side. Yeah, this one is gonna go to the side. Move. I don't want to redo my bow. Oh, lift it. There you go. Okay. Voila. That's your card. I'm going to trim this. Trim this. Okay. This is the card front. Then we have this piece. It is basically at 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half here and scored in half here. Fold and fold. Okay, so this is kind of a small Z fold, as we would call it. Okay, then we're attaching this like so, making sure that it fits in the front on the border. And I think I used, what did I use? I used dimensionals. So I'm gonna do the same. And yes, let's do one here, and one here. So we have it. So the trick is not to glue the entire back, right? And don't press down until you have centered your card on your card base. Okay, voila. This is my card, opening and closing like so. This is my insert, and in mine, I used the same sprinkles with the same color Bermuda Bay. Okay, I'm going to stamp one time there, one time there. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my memento and the sentiment that says, let's celebrate you. That is part of the stamp set. And this is a stamp set that is in the mini catalog, like we call it, but it's gonna carry over into the main catalog, the new one. Okay, then we're going to glue this one into the inside, and the way I size this is that you will not see it, okay, but you will see it when you open it. Okay, so we're gonna put glue here. Okay, and now we're going to kind of center it, and making sure that when we close it, we don't see it, top and bottom. Okay, there, voila. So the card is done. We're gonna finish it with the embellishments that I had right in front of my nose, right here. And you guys have a pack, half a pack. You get a little bit of both, and I did my, oh boy, come here. So we're gonna do one. Good thing that I have dark stuff on. I have ink all over me already. 2. Pick it up. 3. And then we're gonna do 4. Yep. And there, or there, right there. And 5. I'm changing a bit. Okay, so this is card number 1. Using all the designer series paper, all these die cuts already in there. So that is done. Okay, let's move on to card number 2 that has lots of bits and pieces. So this is the card. Let me move. This is the card, ladies. Okay, I want to show it to you close, up close and personal, right here. So this is the card. You see all the dimension there. There's a lot of dimensionals there. Okay, but I want to show you how to do it. This is simple and easy. We're using the designer series paper to create our scene right here. So you will have, obviously you will not have this piece cut, but you will have all the bits and pieces to make this. So you will have this strip. This is the strip that you will need to stamp both, in case this and this, it will fit in here. I already done the stamping and the coloring. So basically the strip that you have in your packet is for you to stamp whatever image you want to die cut. Okay, now I've done that ahead of time, so that I'm gonna set it aside. This is the piece that you have right here. Oh, hold on, this got stuck in there. Stay there. Okay, so this piece is the white that you see the border over there. We're gonna take our piece of designer series paper, and this is part of the pack that I gave you. Okay, you have, you know, you have this and this. Okay, and I'm gonna do this as my sky, like so. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Okay, and this would be my obviously I cut it out, and I have the lighter of the two because this is a piece, but you have the choice because your piece looks like this. So you have the choice to cut out a strip that measure 1.5, I think, by 3 3/4. So you can choose that. I already had this one cut out. So my grass is not as green as yours. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. So let's glue it. And it's gonna be simple and easy. Okay. And we're gonna glue it this way. Get a little bit of sky over there. Okay, like so. And then I'm taking this strip and I'm gonna do my grass like so. I can even go a little bit lower if I need to. Okay, then you're gonna take your pieces that I already die cut for the fence, and then because of that in the middle you will not see any of the seam, and using just a bit of your liquid glue you're gonna attach it. Okay, and this will have to be flush right there. Ooh, I have glue on my fingers. And then this one is gonna be attached to that like so. We can do it this way. Okay, making sure my fingers are sticky. So I want to have this one flush, okay, just a big one, and trim off this ending here. Voila, see? Nobody knows. We're gonna trim and everything looks nice and perfect. Voila. Okay, now we have our scene. Let me just clean this one. Okay, now I'm taking this little string that I already die cut, and it is part of the dies that match, that coordinate with the stamp set. Just a little bit of glue, not too much. We don't want to ooze out or span too much. There. And this one is gonna go like so. Voila. Now let me play a bit. So we have two of the, whatever you want to call them. One is over here and one is over there. And then what I'm going to use is basically dimensionals to secure them down. Where are my sheet of dimensionals? Because at the same time I am going to attach my little birdie there. Okay, so my little birdie is right here, and actually I'm going to attach this like so. Actually I should have put this one down first like I did in mine, but let's pretend that there. And now my little bird is going to be standing on this. Voila. Okie dokie. And then we have this bird that I colored using the Rio Red, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight. This is Crumb Cake and Pumpkin Pie. Okay. And Crumb Cake over there. We're going to put a dimensional. And I use the dies. If you do not have the stamp set, you can still use the pieces and just put, as I said, if you have the donkeys, hello, Kay. If you have the donkey stamp set, that will work perfectly, okay? Now, this is die cut, but this is gonna go like so, under here, because I like it this way. So I'm gonna put a dimensional. Let's put 2 because they came off. Okay, and underneath, this is gonna go like so. And now we should have a piece of, you have a scrap of paper, and then I'm gonna take the stamp set, the stamp that says "Let's Celebrate You." I'm gonna ink it, and I'm going to just stamp it in a way that I can get my "Celebrate" right in the middle. And then I'm going to trim it and trim it because it has to fit the little stick there. And we're gonna go and put it on. Guess with what? Dimensionals. 1 in the middle is enough. Good evening, chick. Hello, Nancy. Okay, and this goes, oops, it shows a bit, but it's okay. You can clean it up there. Celebrate. Voila. So we've done everything, right? Yes, this part is done. So we can set it aside. And now I've done this part. I've done it for you ahead of time. So I took a piece of Bermuda Bay and I ran it through the planks embossing folder that is retiring, is leaving us, okay? And I am taking my white twine, okay? I keep on misplacing. Keep taking this, and then I'm gonna wrap it around twice, and guess what? Tie a bow. And then, and it doesn't matter where you're tying your bow, because then, okay, you can fix it. Move it up, move it down, and then adjust where you want it to be. You can make your bow a little bit smaller. Okay, and then we're going to take our card base, that is Crumb Cake, the usual size, scored in half. And now I am putting dimensionals, and because I'm not securing this, I can slide my thingamabobber, my twine wherever I want. I'm going to miss that embossing folder. I know. It's been one of my staples for semi-masculine cards or not. Okay, so now then I can readjust this. Actually, I can undo this. Look, now I know where I'm gonna put it for the time being. Then when I have my piece of attaching my focal point of the card, then I can adjust. This one, ladies, is gonna go up here. And voila, this is the card. And we are doing dimensionals because, yes, it's the best way. You have a sheet, so you know me. For those of you that have stamped with me, you know that I need to use a lot of dimensionals. I mean, $4 for 300 of them. It's all worth it. There we go. And do I like it here? Yes, I'm just gonna make this one a little bit better. And the trick is to do this and then flip this on the other side, and voila, it looks better already. There. And then I'm gonna trim with scissors that I had in front of my nose that I can't find anymore. If you see them, oh, they are really in front of my nose. Oh my God. Okay, and then we're gonna take the embellishment right here. We are going, yes, there's always gonna be something better. And this time I'm gonna use the gold ones, but obviously you can choose whatever because it's your card. But I thought that this was looking better with that. And always put it in 3 or odd numbers. And voila. And then the inside of the card, to tell you the truth, I don't remember because I can find it. But this is your inside, and you can stamp whatever. Celebrate. Oh, I think I'm gonna put "You're still a spring chicken." You can do that if you want to, but I'm not gonna stamp it for now. But anyways, this is your insert, and you go ahead and stamp whatever and glue it down. So this is the other card. Simple and easy, right? As I said, if you don't have these images, then you can just put a big donkey and fussy cut it and put it on. And if you don't have the dies, but you have the stamp set, you can always stamp and fussy cut the images. Okay, card number 2 is done. Let's go ahead and work on card number 3. That is this and this. Okay, so let's see what I've done. This has a lot of parts, okay, ladies, because as you can see, there's a, first of all, let's work. This is your card base, then looks a little different. It is basically an inch cut off. And this is thick cardstock. I love it, especially if you use just want to do a white base. This is the best cardstock. It's way thicker than the regular basic white. So that's what I used. Okay. Then we have, let me see. Then we have this piece, that this is rich raspberry, and I'm going to show you how to cut this piece. Okay. So this is basically this. And ladies, the piece of, where's the other one? Which one is the one? Oh, and this strip that I used for that came off of this sheet. So basically, let's pretend, where's a dark? Where is one dark? Right here. So you have a whole sheet right here, and I will send you the dimensions. This piece, you're gonna take your, and I'm not gonna cut it, but I'm gonna show it to you. You're gonna take your cutter, okay, and you're going to put this one on top, and we're gonna cut this piece. Where's my measure stick? This panel right here measures 3 by 5 1/4. So you're going to put your cutter right here, and you're gonna cut, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna cut in 3, okay? And then I need another strip that is 1 inch, and then I'm gonna cut another inch off, okay? Voila. That's it. So then you have a piece that, if my math is correct, it's 2 inches, and that is the part that you're gonna use right here. And then obviously you're gonna trim off the excess. And this part is what you're gonna use to stamp the balloon over there and cut it out. Do you see? You're not wasting anything. 1 sheet, 3 cards, right? Okay. So then you're gonna take this one and then you're gonna cut at 5 1/4, because remember the length is 5 1/4 right there. And then you're gonna do the same on this one, 5 1/4. But this part is the one they're gonna flip around. Okay? So now you have this piece that goes on this one, and this piece, and if you want you can reverse, that goes layered on here. Okay, I hope it's clear for you. So we're gonna go on and glue. So we want to show the Rococo Rose or pink side, so we're going to apply our ink on this side, adhesive, and we're going to adhere that. All the edges should have the same border, and then we're going to go and glue this one down. And this is Rich Raspberry cardstock. Okay, and we are going to make sure that all the line, the border is the same. Okay, here we go. Now, where's the card? Where's my sample? Right here, because you need to see it. Can you see it? So now, that could have been done a little bit straighter. Okay, so I want my sky to go right here. Okay, simple and easy. It's a lot of just layering, because all the die cutting I've done it for you already, or most of it, not the part that you need to stamp. Okay, so this card is done like so, and then this we're gonna be layering on here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it right away. Okay, I was late. Where is the blue DSP from? It is from the Oso Ombre. I had a stash of this designer series paper that was waiting for the right class, and so I decided to use it for my card class for this one. Okay, there we go. So that is that. Do you see it? Ta-da! Done. Then I took a piece of, this is crumb cake. I punched it out. We're gonna glue it down only on this panel, okay? Because we are asked to swing. And the best way to do it is actually putting glue on this side, okay? We're gonna go like so. Okay. And then let's see if I lost something that fell on the floor. No, that is not important. Then the bits and pieces that you already have is another piece of the fence, or the picket fence, that's gonna go like so right here. Okay, just a little bit, not too much liquid glue. Right in the middle. Okay, then we can layer these two. Actually, this is gonna go like so, and there's no need of anything, just making sure. And this is on dimensionals, of course, and it's actually easier to do it this way. That's how I do it. And then position this. I want to see a bit of that. Okay, now we're gonna work. This circle is on dimensionals, of course, and I'm gonna put it on dimensionals just because. You can just go do a flat. You're very welcome. Okay, so that is that. Nothing fancy about this part. Now, Do you see all these bits and pieces? You ladies will have 2 of the cornstalk. I don't know if that is the word. One is gonna go like so, and one is gonna go like so, okay? And then you have 5 pieces of the husk. Is that how you call it? And this is your little corn, okay? You're gonna glue them together. This is the back and this is the front, okay? And then the final result will be this. So what I did, I took a little bit of liquid glue, put a tad bit on here, just one little thing, and then I'm gonna take this fellow. I could use my you pick tool, or take your pick tool. Come on out, come on. And then we're gonna glue it together. You have 5 of those, so you want to build these first, set it aside. Then we're gonna go, how did I do mine? And I think the best way is to just glue this one down already. So you're gonna glue it to your thing right there, and put a little bit of liquid glue on here. It would be easier, okay? And stick it down. One, take another one, stick it down over there. And then we need, where's my other, right here. And then we're gonna repeat the process. One there, one right here, and then we're gonna do this one right there, okay? Same. This is gonna go like so. So my husband die cut all the bits and pieces. Yes, they're very small, and you can use tweezers or you can use this, because look, this is gonna go up and there. So that's another, this is another use of that, okay? And then we're gonna stick this one down. So how are we going to do this? This is gonna be like so, and this is gonna be like so. And then you have a piece that looks like this. That's where you're gonna stamp your chicken or whatever image you want, okay? And then you're going to color it and fussy cut it or die cut it. Now, I gave you this white piece. If you don't have a chicken, you can stamp on this piece directly, or whatever fit in this piece of basic white, because this is gonna go like so. I'm gonna use 2 dimensionals to secure my husky whatever there. So at the same time is going to secure my little chickie, and this is gonna go down like so. Voila. Then I'm taking this, and I think I put it underneath. Yes, I did, but I put a dimensional there because I need to remember how I did stuff, right? Yes, this needs a dimensional right here to hide. And then this, can you see what I'm doing? This is gonna go like so. I'm gonna make it in a way that, but it has to stay within. So let's me correct this. So one thing that you need to make sure is that this is on here, but not too far from the card. So it should stay within the card. And if we don't like it, we can even do it here. Yeah, let's do it this way now. Okay, we're gonna do it this way, just making sure that there. Okay, and then we're going to stamp on this, and we're gonna use happy birthday, because this stamp set is called Hey Birthday Chick. We're gonna stamp on here as straight as possible. And then we're gonna take our little scissors and we're gonna trim everything. Make it so then this is gonna go up here, and this happy is gonna go like so. Okay, trying to voila, done. Okay, so that should be fit. Yes, it fits. This will be my happy on this side, and this is my birthday there. I'm gonna put just one in the middle because I don't need any more than that. And there, this one goes like so. Voila. And I'm gonna do my double. So I'm gonna take about 16 inches of twine and I'm gonna tie a bow that I have a double. Okay, a double bow. Voila. Gonna cut it and then we're gonna fix it. I'm gonna take a glue dot and roll it up a bit. So we're gonna hide it, stick it right there. Voila. And we're gonna take, okay, we have to do the stamping here. So let's hope that our stamping will be perfect, because I should have done my stamping. No, that's the only way to do it. So you're still a spring chicken. Okay, that's where we're gonna stamp it. Voila. And I'm gonna take, where's my little chickie? Thank you. On small pieces. I'm glad you like it. And we're gonna stamp here. Okay, and because it is thick cardstock, you barely see it on the other side. If you don't feel like it, you just going to cut it out, stamp it on a scrap piece of paper and cut it out. I'm looking for my red. Where's my red? Right here. And then I'm going to, how did I do it? Red, lightly coloring it red, just touch it up a bit, and then we're gonna go with yellow there, and our pumpkin for is, or the little beak, and these, a light touch, and it should be all good. Okay, ladies, so this is the other card. Oops, and we're forgetting the embellishment that you have to use. And so this is one, and I like these because they're small but they're mighty, because they create a really good touch for the card. Voila. Do you think this is a nice birthday card? Happy birthday. Then number 2 is done. Number 3 actually, and the third and the fourth project this time is a box. It is a box. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so for the box, let me grab a sip of water. And let me show you the final project. That is this. So for your box, you have, let me clear everything so I know what I'm doing. For your box, you have these supplies. Let's see if I did it right. But before, I'm going to show it to you so you can see. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so this is the box. Okay, you see there. Your pieces are, in your packet you have 2 of the mini shipping boxes. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put this together. Then you have 2 strips of Rococo Rose. I wanted to use this before it goes away, and that's how the handle gets created. And then you have 1 piece, and that is for the bottom to reinforce it and clean it up a bit. Then you have another item that also I think it's already discounted. Not discounted, this is already sold out, but it's a large stitched shape right here. Then you have, I have this one, I don't know why, but that's okay. You have this color, but yours could be the same or a different color, I don't remember. I think you have rich raspberry in yours, I think, or maybe not. You might be having the dark one, yes, probably. But anyways, you have a happy birthday. Then you have the little sign right there. You have 1 of these in there. And then you have a piece of 4.5 by 4.5, where for those of you that have the stamp set are going to stamp the chicken with the balloons, the chicken, this one, and then just stamp part of these, okay? And I'm gonna show you. So how I did it, let me show you. I took, basically it's like taking this and then I just inked this part and then went ahead and stamp it. I can stamp it in the back because it doesn't, see, that is a messy part, so you can just stamp it right there. And when it's time, you're gonna just cut it out, okay? So I did this, and unfortunately for this one, you will have to watch me do it. But first, let me just show you how to put the box together. So this is the box. You're going to fold on all the scored lines, and technically, this is how this box was created, where the bottom, because if you look at this is how it was supposed to be, okay? Like this, and like this, okay? But because I wanted this part to be shut, closed, now we're gonna glue this one and we're gonna flip it around and use this to open it and close, okay? So in order to do so, you can use liquid glue if you want to, or tear and tape. And we're gonna glue it down. And let me grab my liquid glue. And I did it, I'm gonna put some on here. Actually, I can do it on here. Okay. I can do it here. And then I'm going to make sure that it will be nice and, come on, come out. There and here. And just do this. That is going like so. And then this one is gonna go like so. Okay, and then because it's liquid glue, I can always maneuver this. Okay, and then we're going to open it up. Oops, don't do that. See, we're gonna fix it. Don't do it that way. Don't do it that way. Don't put your glue there. Just put it on the corners. Just put it on this, okay? Don't put it on here. Put it just on these little flaps. But we're gonna fix it. I have extra design, I have extra cardstock. But in this case, okay, gonna press down, and let me find, I have an extra piece of this, and I can put it inside, right? Do I have an extra piece? Yes. In my case, I have an extra piece, and I can use a 3x4. I need to use a 3. This is my 3x4. Which one is my 3x4? We're gonna fix it. I'm going to fix it. Actually, this is that. I'm gonna trim it. Let me see. This is that. Yes, that I'm going to trim. So I can put this one down. You can tell, you can see and look how you can fix this. So this is 3x4. So I'm going to cut a 4, a smidget smaller. And let's see if I can fit this one inside. And voila! You're going to reinforce the inside. And there you go. So that is done. Oops! Okay, that was a big oops. Now, you have, let me move this one to the side because I'm pretty sure that now you have 2 strips that I already cut and scored. So you're going to fold it and fold it and fold it because you're going to, so your job is to cover the back of, to cover that, okay? So we're gonna take our adhesive and we're gonna do it on all this pattern, panel right here, making sure, okay? So this gets glued down, trying to cover all of your, if you put it in the middle, you will not see much of this. Is that middle? Yes. So that's how you, come on, slide. Slide on me. Well, this will be my front. Let's pretend. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same. So fold it, fold it, fold it. This is what is gonna hold the back. Okay, and now this one, I really want to cover it there. Okay, there. Now, I also put, yes, I did, well, it doesn't really matter, but I put a little bit of adhesive there so it stays put against this and against this. Okay, and voila, you have this one holding on. Okay, and we can squeeze it a little bit more if you want. Done? There. Now we're gonna work on this part, and I need to trim this because I didn't do a good job in cutting this, and this has to be this is good, but this has to be 2 3/4, and you guys have the right measurements, but I wanted you to show to see 2 3/4. Voila, just a little trim. And then I'm taking the strip of the Designer Series paper and I'm gonna cut it at 4. Like so. And we're almost done. I'm gonna layer this quickly in the middle. Like so. And then I'm taking this and I'm going to wrap it around twice. 1, 2, and guess what? Tie a bow. Okay, ladies, are we still following? Tie in the bow. Voila. Trimming it down like so. And this we can slide it wherever we want to. Fix it like so. I'm a little, and then actually you're gonna see, I just realized I did 3. 1, 2, 3, and in this case I did only 2, but I can fix it. I can fix it. Yep, there's always a way. So if I want it to look the same way, I'm gonna go like so. This is gonna be wide. This is gonna be in the back. And I'm gonna secure it with, hold on. Guess what? One of my dimensionals. So you can see how you can fix your boo-boos. Okay, and this is gonna go underneath there. And then I can tie it together. Voila. This is another dimensionals. So it's not gonna go anywhere. So this has 3 in there. And 3 right here. Nobody knows. Actually, look at me. Now I can grab this one underneath. And with a little bit of surgery, everything will look the same. But anyways, you wrap it 3 times, okay? Voila. Done. Out of camera. Sorry. I'm right here. I want to do this. See if everything is on camera then. Okay. So I fixed it. My boo-boo is fixed. And this one is going to go on here. And it's going to go on with dimensionals because I put them over there. 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 here. So everything is balanced out. Okay. And find my middle, the one that I like the best. This one. It's gonna be my front. This is gonna go on like so. Voila. Okay. Then you can squeeze the middle if you want, or just leave it like so, like I did. Actually, I want it this way better. Now, let me finish this part. I'm gonna steal this because I don't have any more. And I'm gonna secure it like so. Then I'm going to take this and the piece that I have, and this is gonna get glued on here with just a little bit of this liquid glue, just a tiny bit to secure it. Happy birthday. And then I took a dimensionals, of course, and stuck this little piece to here. Okay, and then I'm taking my white and do the same, fold it in half and do a nice bow. So I wanted you to use all of your, not all, but you know, give you a reason why I gave you the twine. And then I'm gonna take my glue dots and attach everything. If I can find the glue dots right here. And then I'm gonna show you quickly how to put together the rest. So that goes underneath like so. Look how cute is this? Okay, now let's be quick. So we're gonna take our stitched circle, and it's gonna go like so. okay? And we're gonna use dimensionals. Make sure that you put your dimensionals within here, okay? Just to make sure. Okay, then let's see, did I do this part or no? I don't know. Let's pretend that I already did. So you have all of these, but I can go and cut it. But this time I'm gonna do my chicky. No, I don't like it. So let me quickly color this and show you how quickly this comes together. I don't want to do it blue. Let's do it the same way. Okay, color this quickly, then I'll go and cut it for you. Okay, and I have my dies on the other side, and here I want to make sure that I don't go outside my line, so I'm using my bullet one, and here where it's fine, like so. Okay, I'm taking this for the little beak. Whoops. And then my red. So then you have exactly, you can see exactly how I did mine. And then this part. And I realized that I'm missing this around. Might as well do it right? There we go. Voila. Okay. When is my birthday? Is this class for sale or at least the PDF? Yes. I think I have enough to sell the class with the supplies. If you're interested, Kay, I can show you. And I also have the PDF. Okay, so I will private message you. Just the PDF is $15 and includes the PDF. And then I will let you know. Let me check about the supplies, okay? So if you want, if you have the supply, if you will like the class with the supplies, I will double check, okay? And then back to you tomorrow, if that is okay. I can private message you. Okay, let me color quickly here. My chicky, I'm gonna do the same as I did. Try to keep it simple as far as design, because you might think that you wanna use the box and the card at the same time and give somebody a box and the card together, right? Because I'm going to show you then at the end. Okay, and now we're going just to color this. I'm going to go with the light and quickly, because then I have to die cut. And I forgot this thing there. I'm going to do it later. So color this quick and easy. Coloring is good. And with these, with the blends, you will never go wrong. Okay, there we go. Fix this edge here, around here, there. And now we forgot this part. Oh my golly, it's so tight. There. Okay, done. I think I've done everything, right? Yes, my sample says so. So this balloon, one balloon is yellow, as per my sample. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it for you right there. Then I did a balloon in Granny Apple Green, and this will be the one. Voila. Okay, and then one will be in Bermuda Bay. That will be the balloon that this chick is carrying, or the balloon is carrying the chick, because she's flying up. And let's do the fine tip or the bullet tip for this edge. I don't want to go out. And voila, simple and easy. And let me go cut it for you, because this, I cut it this too big. It will not fit inside the mini. So let me just grab the dies. I'm going to show you, because I have everything set up over there. So these are the dies that I'm using for this, like so. Okay, and then this is the other one that fit this one, and then I'm going to turn this one and cut it right here and cut it right there. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, actually I can do it right with you. Let's move everything away. Use this big machine. Using this right here, I'm cheating a bit using the old magnetic platform. Hoping that Stampin' Up! Will release a new platform, a magnetic platform for this one pretty soon. That's my wish, if I had one for Stampin' Up! And I'm sure they're working on this. Okay. Let me see if this works. Oh, I cannot do both of them together. So if you space it out, you could do it both together. So let me cut the first chickie and then cut the rest. Oh, I wanted to do it. Come on, Monica. There we go. I like it to be nice and there. Okay, let's go. Cut one, come back. This is gone. Look how beautiful and fun. Then take this one down, and this is right there. So if I had small piece, I could have used the mini. Okay, and yet again, this could be done with any other animals that you have, or another image. It doesn't have to be this, but if you have these, even better. If don't, then you can use whatever. Now for this, I'm gonna use that one, and I'm positioning this. Then I'll have to do, because I want the trim right there. Oops. My plates are well loved. One, and then I get the little string, and then I get this one, and we're done. We are almost done. So I showed you all the parts, right? I hope somebody's still with me or watching the replay after. Okay, let's see if this works now. Yes. And voila. Obviously, if you don't have the dies, but just the stamp set, you can fussy cut it. And so it will be possible to do it anyways. Or if you don't have these dies, but you have the balloon punch, then you can replace these images with the balloon punches. Okay, so let me put this one together. So we have this. We're gonna take this little fella here. She's gonna go, oh, she's a chick, right? This is gonna go here and attach right there. And then this balloon is gonna go right here. So when you're putting the dimensional on this one, make sure there is, obviously you should not be looking at this, but that will be my sample that I'll keep for myself. So I'm gonna stick these two down, or maybe give it to my daughter on her birthday. My birthday is in August, and my daughter's is in August as well. A balloon, and then I have this green balloon that's gonna go down here, hiding this thing like so, and then this chickie is gonna get tucked under here. Look how cute! Isn't this cute? Cute and fun. Love this chickie. There you go, ladies. And now we're gonna put together, and now we're gonna put the embellishment, and I think this is gonna go like so. This one is gonna be up here. Actually, this balloon is gonna be like so. And then a third one, actually we're gonna do two here because there's an empty space. There. Done. Okay? I hope you will enjoy putting this class together. So we have, nope, I'm not done. You have this piece. Let's cover the mess and glue everything down. See, I forgot. We need to clean the bottom. And also because it will sit better. Okay. Then we're going to take this one and glue it down. So then we have a clean look. Ta-da! Okay. Voila, ladies. So the bottom is like this. The front is like this. The back is like this. This is held together with the little clips that we still have in the mini catalog. This is so obviously this has to stick there. So that is one card. No, one project, the box. And you have a second box so you can replicate because you'll have other stuff. So this is another card. This is one card. This is the other one. Okay. 1 and 2, and my box kind of went with this one, kind of, you saw. So there you go. So these are the project. Hope you're going to enjoy it. Put them in together. Let me know if you have questions, and I'll get back with you ladies, and get back with Kay, and to provide. I think I have extra supplies to get a class out, so I will send an email. And Kay, if you want to PM me your email address, I can send you the details over there also. Okay, ladies, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing bingo with me. Thank you for the taking the class. And as a reminder, don't forget to send me, whoever won, to send me your order by the 4th, no later than the 4th, if you want to order from the new catalog. Okay, if you want to order before then you have to go online and use this host code, and I will refund you the shipping and tax because your voucher is for the value that I gave you. Okay, ladies, this is the host code, and this is my ordering special, and it will work also for those that did not participate in bingo. So if you want to take advantage of my offer, this is my special for this time frame also. Okay, ladies, thank you. Have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.